Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make the world's best paleo chocolate chip cookies. These are so good. They're maybe even better than traditional chocolate chip cookies. They are that good. We are addicted. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should if you don't, I've been making them almost every weekend, and sometimes even twice a weekend because we eat an entire batch in one sitting. So trust me when I tell you, they are that delicious. The list of ingredients is short and sweet, but they're all the right ones. You'll need some almond flour, almond meal, which I'll talk about in just a minute, baking soda and salt, chocolate chips of your choice. You can use dairy-free, whatever your heart desires, some coconut oil, coconut sugar, egg, some natural almond, this is just some natural almond butter. You can use any almond butter, and some vanilla extract, and that is it. They are just to die for. But you want to make sure that when you're buying almond meal, that you buy the kind made like with blanched almonds, and then it's really fine almond meal. I don't like a chunky almond meal because I feel like it doesn't blend well, and it tends to separate a little bit throughout, when I'm making something. So just look for a blanched almond meal. It'll be just pale, the same color as this, no skin, and it's nice and fine. All right, let's get cracking because these come together in minutes, but they do need to sit in the fridge for a bit. The dough does. So in the large bowl, you're gonna add your coconut oil. What I've done to my coconut oil, I just popped it into the microwave for a few seconds just to melt it. I need my coconut sugar, and if you think these are going to be overly coconutty, they are not. They have a tiny hue of coconut in the background, but they are fantastic. You need a little bit of almond butter. I like a natural almond butter because I think it works really well here. You need that little bit of fat. You need that little, like I said, that little bit of fat is good. Plus, it's just what I always keep on hand. It's my favorite almond butter to keep on hand anyway. Then you're just going to add your egg. Basically, you're just adding all of your wet ingredients now, and you're going to stir them really, really well. You also need a good splash of vanilla, and just whisk to combine everything. That is perfect. I'm going to just set this aside, and now I'm going to add my dry ingredients and the chocolate chips all at the same time. And you're just going to want to make sure that you give everything a really good mix. I'm just going to use a spatula, but you can use a wooden spoon, because you want to make sure that all of the almond meal is really well incorporated into the wet. And it could feel a little rough at first, like it's too dry, but trust me, it's exactly what you want. Okay, this looks fantastic. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this with some plastic wrap, and I'm going to pop it into the fridge for half an hour, just a half hour, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. And then in the meantime, get your oven preheated to 350 and get 2 baking sheets ready lined with parchment paper. All right, my cookie dough was in the fridge for exactly half an hour. Now I've got my oven preheated to 350. I've got a large baking sheet ready with some parchment paper, and I've got my small ice cream scoop or cookie scoop. You just want to make sure that it's the right size. You can make them bigger, but it's just going to take longer for them to cook. This is about the equivalent of 1 tablespoon, which I think is the perfect size for a cookie. But hey, if you want to make them bigger, by all means. And then what I do is just, you make your little cookie, right? Little cookie dough. And then I just take the palm of my hand, or you can just take your fingers and ever so lightly kind of flatten them. Just not really flat, just kind of get rid of that dome shape. So I'm going to continue to do that. Probably going to just do about 3 across because I like my cookies to have some space. All right, last one. I'm going to save the rest of my cookie dough. I'm going to pop it into the fridge, and I'm going to bake fresh cookies tomorrow with it because, like I've said to you before, we demolished the entire thing. So I don't want to bake all of them because we will eat all of them. But if you're going to do the same thing, just make sure you take it out of the fridge about 20 minutes to a half an hour before you go to bake them, because obviously it's going to harden a lot more the longer the cookie dough is in the fridge. So that's just a heads up. I'm going to pop these in. They only need to be in there 8 to 9 minutes. I don't like to over bake my cookies because then otherwise they don't become nice and chewy. So I'm going to leave them in there for about 8 minutes, and then I'm going to let them cool and show you what they look like when they're done. My cookies baked for exactly 9 minutes. I've let them cool for like 5 minutes. They are still really, really warm, and that's just how I like it. I'm going to go for this one right here because I want you to see what the inside looks like, and it is, they're still really hot. So they're really soft. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that, not a piece of dryness in sight. praising the cookie gods because this is the best. I'm not even kidding. Not dry at all. Perfectly chewy. When you go, if you're not going to eat them when they're nice and fresh, when you go to eat them again, and say you want to serve them tomorrow, pop them into the microwave for just a few seconds, like 5 to 10 seconds, and it gets them really soft again, and it gets that chocolate really lovely and melting to die for. Go to laurainthekitchen.com. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. Get this recipe, make it this weekend. You will not regret it. I promise, I promise, I promise. I'll see you next time. Bye.